Welcome back, friends, to the shop. Truck driver brought this big box by yesterday. I suspect there's something pretty cool inside. Shall we do an unboxing here? How cute is that, huh? That's the new Q-Tac tank. We're going from 125 gallons to the 85 gallon. This one will fit in the back of the Pioneer here. So let's take a close look at it. And then, as promised, I'm gonna go give you guys an updated 2020, my personal EDC. How about that? That is gonna be very nice. We'll be able to get the Q-Tac fire skid, which I normally have in the back of the pickup, but the old Ford, you know, it's not as reliable as it used to be. And having having the ability to put the fire skid in the back of the Pioneers is going to be way more versatile. They're just so much more capable. They go so many more places. So the guys at Q-Tac told me that everything, all of the plumbing, the pump, the engine, the reel, everything should transfer right on over. So when we get back, we've got this WI have to go into Portland today. When we get back, we'll get started on that, and I'll bring you guys along for that. So let's head over to the updated EDC. EDC, what is EDC? EDC is everyday carry. Always someone asks that in the comments. That's the things that we carry on our person all the time, whenever you go out or anything. And I've actually started carrying this little bag. Yeah, man purse. That's what I guess it is. But you know, men have carried purses for centuries. You know, people didn't always have pockets, so you had to put your coinage or whatever you carried, or your knife and stuff in a small pouch. But I like the little pouch. I don't usually carry the stuff in my pocket, but at nighttime, when I unload my wallet and all of that and keys, I have a tendency I never put the same things in the same pocket twice in the same place, and I'm constantly, we got a fire down the road, constantly looking for keys. So what I've been doing is using this little bag, which is, you know, sometimes somebody just gets something right, and the size, this bag was sent to me by my friends over at Upshift. They do overland and dirt bike stuff, right? So I don't know what it was intended for, but I know it was made in Idaho, handmade in Idaho. I went and looked them up, and I thought, you know, as I been thinking about wanting to put together some cool merchandise, you know, I mean, not just the garbage, Chinese garbage. I don't want any of that. I want things that like really give me the fizz, right? Things that you can't get anywhere else. And so I'm collecting in my mind little things, and something like this, I'm going to reach out and see about maybe having these made. Is a really nice bag. And everything that we do, I want it to be sourced as much in the USA and made in the USA as much as possible. Sometimes sourcing zippers and different things is difficult, but it's going to be less difficult because there's a demand for it. And I looked these bags up on the site. These are handmade in Idaho with American materials for under $20. So don't tell me someone can't make USA-made quality products for a reasonable price, because that's just not true. But this is kind of nice at nighttime. I'll just unload it, and I keep a carabiner on it. I just hang it by my rifle or put it on the bedstand if I need to grab it. It's always in one place. I've really enjoyed it. I've been using it for about 2 weeks now, and it's been really good. So let's get inside. Show you what I got here. Keys. Now I went a little lanyard crazy here. My friends over at Microbat Systems sent me that Lanyard Building Kit, and I love having them. So what I've done is I've just built these little lanyards with the clips on them, like they use for the little night vision deals there. And what I like about that is when you put it in your pocket, hope I'm in frame here, that lanyard sticks out, and you can retrieve your keys really easy. I even put one on my pocket knife, and I found that to be kind of handy, because I don't use pocket clips, because if I ever use a pocket clip on a knife, I end up losing it. I keep my keys very minimalistic. I just have a front door key and a key to the adventure van. I've got a lot of other keys. I got like a janitor type key ring, but I keep that somewhere else in the van typically, so that I don't need to pack all that stuff around there. I don't need them very often. So I keep my keys pretty minimalistic. Also, don't hang a bunch of garbage on your keys, because it'll actually tear up your ignition switch on your vehicle. You see a lot of women, you know, they got, good grief, look, garbage hanging down off their key rings, and it tears up the car. And that's a typical mechanic gripe. I remember my granddad complaining about that because he had to replace ignition switches. So keep my keys simple with a lanyard on them. I do like that. My EDC flashlight, if I'm just my regular knock-around flashlight, is the little O light. And I'll put links to this stuff if I can find it. This is the S1a Baton. This runs off of a single double A, excuse me. And I like the rechargeables. This is actually an excellent flashlight. I like the rechargeables. The Eneloop Pros, the black ones, you'll pay a little bit more for them, but I use a lot of rechargeable batteries, you know, and I have for years with microphones and stuff, and they're worth it. They do last longer. And this is an excellent light. It's very bright. It has a great interface. It's just got that little button on the top. And it's got a magnetic base, and that's probably its strongest feature. I have many times changing the oil, or when you get underneath something or you need a free hand, clunk, it's a good magnet. It sticks very strong. It will never fall off. It'll even withstand a little jiggling. This is a handy little unit. I really like this flashlight. This is the S1a Baton by Olight. It's been very reliable. I'm an Apple fanboy. I'd never used Apple until Windows took away the start button. I don't remember what operating system, and I tried to use it, and it was infuriating to me, and I said, I'm done. I've never looked back. I left Microsoft and went to Apple. I edited on Apple, and I love their phones. I'm actually shooting this video on the 11 Pro Max. I use it now more than my main camera. It's such a good camera. These are amazing. The second gen earbuds, it's one of probably the best thing that Apple's created in the last decade, if not more. I tear through audiobooks. I use Audible. I love to read history, and I'm always listening to audiobooks when I'm working. And the noise canceling when the Sweet Loaf is howling in the car, you can't put a price on that, right? The Apple, these are excellent. Just so good. I have no complaints. I just absolutely love those things. If I were to lose them today, I would buy a pair immediately again. Can't imagine being without it. Well, the knife, you know, my knife, I put a lanyard on my knife there. How about that? Oh, pretty nice. And that is actually handy because it kind of hangs out the pocket. That lanyard at about 4 inches with a knot on the end is really good. I don't know if I get the wide angle going on here, but you can put this in here like this, and that sticks out there, and you can pull at it and get at it. Brian, when he worked for me, he always carried a small lanyard on his knife like that. He liked it. I kind of got that idea from him, but it's pretty good. Of course, I go back and forth, man. I keep going back and forth between the Benchmade 940 and the Spyderco Para 3. I like both of them. I'm starting to kind of, you know, the Benchmade, the 940 is kind of like that girlfriend that you know is bad for you, but you keep going back to and you regret it. You just can't give it up, right? I don't know what it is. I think I'm starting to kind of like the 940 because this is a big knife, and the more stuff you get in your pockets, it does make a difference, and nothing melts away better than that 940. But I go back, I'm pretty much 50-50 now. They're both excellent. You can't go wrong with them. So I'll go either the Para 3 or the Benchmade 940. They're both quite excellent. What else we have in here? Here's something new. I don't know if I've shared this before. Of course, I get carried away with when I get into something, and I was making lanyards the other night, and I put lanyards on everything. But this is this is a must-have, guys. What is it? Is it the Classic? It's the smallest Victorinox, a little Swiss knife that you can carry, and I'll probably take the lanyard off. That was a little bit silly, actually. But what's nice about this, and why two knives, you'll ask? Well, it has so many different things. It has a toothpick. It has small tweezers. The Sweet Loaf, as I said, is a feral child, and good grief, she's constantly running around, and she refuses to wear shoes on, so she's constantly getting slivers, and she comes up for me to take care of it. Having these to pull the slivers out is very, very nice. So you've got the toothpick, you've got the little tweezers, and you've got scissors. I don't know how they pack so many good things into such a little knife. Little scissors for cutting tape or bandages or zip ties. You know, sometimes you just want scissors. And then you've got just a very tiny blade, like a little penknife blade. I keep that really sharp. And there's a fingernail file with a regular screwdriver on there that you can usually tighten glasses with, the screws on glasses. So many little things packed into this thing, and what do they cost? They're less than $20. Trust me, you won't even know this is in your pocket. It just melts away, and it's a very handy little thing to have. There's a lot of tools on there. I really, really like that. And when you're in church sitting through some tedious sermon, man, you can keep yourself occupied just twiddling and playing with this thing for a good half hour or so. So just for that reason alone, it's worth having, right? What else we got here? My standard wallet. As I said, I don't carry a trifold. I like the more of the slip-in type wallets where I try to keep minimalistic, put my cards and things in there. A little bit of cash. I carry more cash on me now than I used to because of just because of the way things are now. I carry a little bit of cash. And now that we're in COVID season and I live in a state where masks are mandatory, I have to wear a mask. You have to wear it to go in. But my one form of rebellion is I wear these neck gaiters. I don't like the mask. It really bugs me. It just is an affront to me for some reason. And so I'll just wear this when I go out. And it's made by Icebreaker. It's 100% wool. Really nice, high quality. It breathes well. And it's not, I just wear it and I'll just pull it up around my neck right there. So when I need to go into the store, I do it really quickly. I don't have to look for a mask, and it works great. I know, it's all a farce anyway, so it doesn't really matter. What else? I guess that's it. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to cut you short there. Jariah pulled in and had to get him lined out. Two more things. The radio. Man, you guys have asked me to give a little feedback on the radio. This is the Bofang BF-F8HP. These are about $60. What do I think of it after having it? And I've carried it on my person now for probably a month. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's affordable enough that anyone can get into one at $60. It's got a great interface. It's easy to program, even for someone that's just radio retarded like I am. Jariah showed me a couple things. It seems very intuitive. And I love having this on my person to be able to hit the radios in the house or in the shop, Mrs. W. I hit the Real Martian. My neighbors now are all on our business frequency, so we can talk back and forth on that. And it's very nice. You know, if you got hurt or fell a tree on your head or pulled down a statue on yourself or something, you can get on here and you can get help coming, right? Because we don't have cell coverage very many spots out here. Not to mention just being able to keep abreast of what's going on in the county. I have 86 frequencies programmed into this, everything from my local PUD to DNR air. So I'm listening to the airplanes that are spotting fire, to the ground crews, to the sheriff's department. I know immediately. I'm listening, I'm scanning to whatever is going on. If there's any road closures, all of those things. It just gives you, I mean, you're in the dark without this. If you don't have access to a computer, you don't have any idea what's going on. And in these times where, you know, things are so troubled, right? It's very nice to keep an eye on what's going on. I'd highly recommend it. Now you got to have a ham radio license to use these. I know the ham guys, their heads are exploding right now. Just me, look, I'm going to push it. I'm going to push it. But I'll get one this fall when I have a little bit of time. It looks like they're going to be online anyway. So, but you don't have to have a ham license to listen. You can put your frequencies in. They're all available online. It's public record, and you can listen to what's going on. And they're awesome. I really enjoy the radio. I have it with me all the time. It gives me peace of mind. The last thing I should share is a belt. And I've had a good long while to use this as well, and this has become my #1 belt because I always conceal carry now when I leave the house. And this is the Core belt. I've done a video on this. These are excellent. They have a heavy plastic inside, so they really carry holsters well. But the buckle system I think is my favorite. It's the ratcheting system. So if you look there, you'll see it's got a series of teeth, and there's a dog and a paw in there. And so to tighten it up, you just click, listen. Huge range of motion to release it. There's a small tab right there. You pull it and you can release it. But you know, through the day, if you're sitting, sometimes you want to loosen your belt up. You just reach down there and it's just infinitely adjustable. You don't have to choose between two holes that are not quite the right, or if you're carrying a sidearm and it's sagging a little bit, you can just reach down there and give it 2 or 3 clicks. It's quite excellent, and they're very affordable too. They're very nice belts. I really enjoy it. Only downside I have to it is, it is a little bit stiff. It's not the most comfortable belt I've ever had. But that's really my only gripe. It's been very good and it's held up well. You can see this is has a daily wearer for quite some time now, probably since last winter. It's a good belt. No complaints there. All right, so that's probably about all the time we have for today. Mrs. W and I are heading into town today. I've got my MRI this morning at 11:30 out in Portland. So we'll find out what's going on with that shoulder. Rough night last night. I have not been able to sleep. I'm just losing sleep. I maybe slept an hour last night because of the just how painful it is. And I'm a type, I roll around, and I move a lot when I sleep. And every time you move, that shoulder just lights you up. And something about laying down flat is really uncomfortable. So I'm really looking forward to figuring out what's going on and getting that sorted out, because I can't continue not being able to sleep. It's just not working out for me very well. So please pray for me, pray for our family, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video.